Hey everybody, welcome. Today we're going to talk about volunteering. You know, we hear from many of our clients a list of things that are their greatest risks when they enter retirement. It begins with loneliness, feeling irrelevant, having no passion in your daily activities, and really not finding your new purpose.
You know, these risks, they can have a devastating effect on your health, your relationships, and your overall happiness as a person.
We know at the core of a successful retirement, there's this thing that you find when you share your wisdom. And it's one of the best ways to feel fulfilled, and the best way to do it is to volunteer.
It is, and we've been doing it for a very long time. Today we're going to give you 4 core benefits of volunteering. Now, it's truly important that you understand the power of giving back, and you probably do. But not just giving back for the benefit of the organization and its clients, but what you get out of it too as a volunteer.
And at the end, we're going to give you some real steps that you can begin to take on your volunteering journey.
You know, Jody and I have been volunteering for a very long time, since we were young adults.
And that was a long time ago.
Well, it was a long time ago, and we did it throughout our careers. And I would say that our parents taught us that. And you know, volunteering comes in many forms. You can work in food pantries, you can serve on boards of nonprofits, which we've both done. Our favorite or most intense volunteering was when we went to Nicaragua and the Dominican Republic to work in these third world countries to build homes for the material poor.
You know, up until COVID, we did an annual trip to Nicaragua and the DR, and we led several groups of successful entrepreneurs and executives. And once we got them down there, we really stripped them of their everyday power and showed them what it was like to live like 80% of the world lives today.
You know, I wish we could host a trip right away and do it again, but we can't. But we want to just share with you a little bit of what we got out of it and how volunteering at even a really deep level like this makes a difference. So as Jody said, we were down there for a week. We slept on cots with mosquito nets. We ate rice and beans 3 times a day. We had to use latrines.
Not my favorite part.
And a bucket shower.
Yeah, bucket shower was actually one of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
Not in the beginning when the cold water went over your
Right.
head, but by the end, it was something you really look forward to. The most important thing we did, though, in 4 days, we built a home for a family who worked side by side with us, and they would get to live there.
And the thing about that is that really is the core of volunteering for us anyway, is being able to do something directly with the person that is benefiting from your volunteering. And down there, that was just at such an extreme level, the gratitude that we got from these folks. And you'll get gratitude if you work in a soup kitchen, no matter what it is you do. If you're reading to kids in a library, you're going to feel that gratitude come back, and that's a part of what gives you a successful retirement.
We talked about that a lot while we were down there in our reflections with business leaders, with youth groups, with our own children.
Right.
And you almost felt bad because you were getting so much back. And it was such an amazing experience.
And we hope we can do it again soon. But for now, what Jody and I are doing, we volunteer locally. We're both mentoring several college students. And we both have positions on some nonprofit boards that just keep us engaged. They give us something to look forward to. They give us fill part of our routine.
Absolutely.
So it's been great.
For the most part, the powerful benefit from volunteering is the face-to-face interactions with others.
Right. That's important to us. So let's talk about the 4 main benefits of volunteering. The first one, which we've touched on already a little bit, is volunteering connects you with others. It's going to create an instant community, and it's going to solve the problems of loneliness, feeling isolated. It's going to allow you to have some fun.
It's an easy way to meet new people, especially during this phase of life when maybe you've already downsized and moved to a new community. It's a way that you can strengthen relationships you already have, or find common ground with new friends.
Yeah, listen, if you have existing friends and you volunteer together, it does bring your relationship to a whole new level.
And the bloopers that come out of some of the funny things that we've done with friends while volunteering is noteworthy at dinner parties.
That's true. Now, if you're like us and you downsized or right-sized, or you're just going to move to a new community, it's a great
It is.
way to get out and meet new people of all ages.
And what's important about that is meeting people of all ages. There's so many studies that talk about your growth when you have multi-generational
Right,
friends.
right.
And I think volunteering really opens that up and gives you that opportunity. You'll meet people that you may not meet in any other setting.
Right.
It's the one place that you all come together and it connects you because of similar interests.
The similar interest part is important because if you're both working for a nonprofit, for I don't know,
Food bank.
food bank.
I did that with my team.
Yeah, you're going to be lined up with other people that's important to them. So you instantly have something in common with the person standing next to you.
That's right.
The other thing that volunteering does,
The second benefit.
the second benefit is volunteering builds self-confidence and self-esteem.
And you might pause and say, do I need that at this stage of
Well,
life?
yeah.
But
we
you
all
really do.
We need it. I need it all the time living with you. I need self-confidence because you're such a greater person than me.
Greater
and my
person.
Esteem, greater person.
My vocabulary is better
But
too.
it is. But you know this from your years of working and mentoring and leading teams or working with employees. You've got to have good self-esteem and good self-confidence to get through the day. So when you're volunteering and doing good for others, the community helps to create a natural sense of accomplishment.
Absolutely. And working as a volunteer can also give you this sense of pride and identity, right? One of the things we hear from a lot of our clients, and we heard from many of you, is I've lost my identity when I retired.
Right. That's big.
Volunteering helps boost your confidence,
Yep.
provides you with pride, and pushes you from your comfort zone into an environment where you can grow.
Right. So that really is important. This whole idea of creating a new identity for you with a new group of people, both the other volunteers and the management team at the nonprofit and the clients you're serving, really helps you with that whole identity crisis that we all face when we retire.
Absolutely. Now, the third benefit of volunteering is really important because it affects your physical health. A 1999 study showed that volunteers who spend time helping out 2 or more organizations had this is a big number, a 63% lower mortality rate than non-volunteers.
And
And I know that's an older study,
yeah,
but it's still, the number was just
I know,
shocking
it's
to
huge.
me.
And recent research from Carnegie Mellon University found that adults over 50, that's certainly me, is it you?
It is me,
Who
barely.
volunteered regularly, they're less likely to develop high blood pressure or hypertension compared to non-volunteers. So when you have hypertension, that contributes to stroke, heart disease, and premature death. So why wouldn't you want to volunteer if it helps with that?
It's a big benefit.
It is a big benefit.
The fourth benefit of volunteering: commitment, time, and routine. And just think about those 3 words. Instead of wondering what you're going to do every day, feeling a little lost, your volunteering commitment fills that void of time.
We talk a lot about having a routine. I talk about my morning routine and Jody's routine, but we have other things that fill our day. But we have so many clients, the biggest thing they struggle with is, I don't know what to do today. So this is a way to start building a routine for your life. It's going to ground you. It gives you something to look forward to on a regular basis. It provides structure. And during our careers, we used to complain there's too much structure.
Right.
We didn't have time to do what we wanted to do. But having no structure in retirement is super unhealthy.
Yeah, it just makes people feel a little loose and almost in the abyss. And you have to be careful because during retirement, if you have no plan or structure, you'd be shocked at how many people try to plan and structure for you.
So the thing we hear a lot from people is, I have no idea where to start.
Right.
So we want to walk you through some basic easy steps on how to get involved with volunteering.
Right, because you had the 4 benefits.
Right.
So now you're pumped up and you're ready to go.
What do you do
What
first?
do you do?
First thing you do is get out Google. It's as simple as just Googling volunteer opportunities in my area. Now we did that this morning and we came up with pages and pages of opportunity. So as you do that, and you start looking at the organizations, you've got to find one that resonates with you.
And sometimes there are things that you feel really connected to.
Right.
Maybe there's a disease that's prevalent in your family, and there's volunteer needs within that association. I know for me, women's issues, children's issues, and education
Right.
always kind of play big. But I will tell you, when I was working and in my career, I wanted to pick something that was easy for everyone to latch onto. And food was what I came up with.
Right.
So I used to have my team spend so much time at the food banks and food pantries.
Well, you served on that board for years, and you made such a huge impact.
Well, and everybody needs food. And there are, pockets of food insecure people in every community.
Right.
So you find something that you're really passionate about.
Yeah, that is critical.
Right.
Don't just pick the first one that comes up because they say looking for volunteers.
Right.
It's really got to mean something to you.
And that's a good point, because the second kind of quick step that you can do is do a quick inventory of your skills and
I
your
would
talents.
push back on that. It's not a quick step. I think it's an important step.
I think at this stage of the game, you know your skills and talents.
I don't know mine yet. You want to treat this like
that says a lot.
You want to treat this like a job search, like you're preparing a resume. What are your skills and talents that you've accumulated over the last 40 years of your career?
Right.
I think it's worthy of, starting it and having a couple goes at it.
Right, but you don't have to be pigeonholed, right, as they say, in your skills and talents.
No.
So if I were an accountant and my skills are around finance and accounting,
Right.
I don't have to just look for a nonprofit job or a volunteer opportunity in that area.
Maybe you're handy around the house.
Or
and you're
maybe
good
I'm
with carpentry
creative
or plumbing,
and
you're
I want to
creative.
paint, or
Yeah.
I think you have to be careful not to get yourself boxed
Right. So
in.
make a list. The way I suggest it is make a list of all the jobs, but really focus in on the jobs that you were doing when you were doing them. You felt amazing. It was like the thing that you really wanted to do the most. So that's step 2. And step 3, reach out to the organization. Go on the website. There's tons of information. I personally like to start with either the president or the executive director or the board chair. We did that with University of Hartford. I reached out to the board chair. I said, you know what? Let me start at the top. Had a call. We had a coffee. You might get sent to a volunteer coordinator, but if you're serious about this and you have good skills, you want to reach out.
Yeah, I also think you want to go visit, right? You want to take a tour. You want to see the operations.
Right.
I would suggest taking a look at the financials. All not-for-profits put their financials on a website called GuideStar.
Yeah.
I would go in and look at the financials. Know what you're getting into ahead of time.
And, interview them a little bit. What's their culture like? You don't want to get into a position where you get in there and all of a sudden you don't like it. Put some effort into your search.
That's a good idea.
And go slowly. So, you know what? I'd like to come volunteer. I see you have this one program. Let me try it.
Right.
So I hope this was helpful. Volunteering can change your life. It gives you so many benefits, as we outlined before, but it also sets you up for a better retirement because you have a routine and something to look forward to. If you guys enjoyed this, share it with your friends. Please hit the subscribe button. And finally,
join our free Facebook group, because we have a lot happening in that community. A lot of information's being put in there. We go live every week, and the community's growing.
So thanks for listening. We look forward to being with you again soon.